welcome to another video on the channel. Today we are setting up my reading journal for the month of April, and I'm using yet another paper pack. This one is the Crafter's Choice and the title of it is Pale Garden. I really loved this as soon as I saw it at the shop, and whilst I have plenty of paper to go through for probably many years, I just had to pick this one up because I just loved all the floral prints. It's just so pretty, and I decided to go with this one because it's kind of got like a summery vibe to it, and even though we're in autumn now here in my country, I'm not quite ready to hit the colder seasons. So I went with this, and I used the quote from the Honeymooners for this because it looked like Hawaii to me, and that is where the Honeymooners is set. It is a book by Christina Lauren. It was my first Christina Lauren book that I read, and I absolutely loved it. So I decided that I would use this quote. It's a little cheeky. I really enjoy both characters in this book. Olive and Ethan are such a great couple, and I hope that if you haven't read it, you will pick it up. So it's very simple this month. I decided that I would just put in a whole bunch of paper and then change a little bit for the setup because, like I said in my last video, I am tired of how one page was looking, but the rest is all working for me very well and very functional, so I've continued on with the same theme. So here is the most used page of every month, and I have to admit I broke my corner rounder, and using scissors is just not quite the same effect. I really need to get a new one, but I did really enjoy setting up this page. It's very vibrant and colourful, and just made me feel like I was back in summer, which I think on the day that I was filming it, because of the lighting being so horrid, it was raining outside. So we're welcoming in colder weather here in my country, but I really didn't want to represent that in my book for the next few months. So here we are, sticking with bright colours. I really do need to try and use a different colour palette. I did intentionally use browns and blues and greens since I've been using a lot of purples and pinks so far, but again, I really need to branch out and use some different colours. If you have any ideas, leave them below. I haven't set up for May yet, obviously, since we're so soon into April, but with how this year is going, I can't keep up, and I'm sure that I'll be filming another video very soon with a new setup. So right now, as I'm filming this video, I am also filming daily, and you will have already seen the video, I think, up on the channel. Actually no, it'll be after this video goes live. I'm doing a week of using my reading journal. I had a lovely comment from one of the viewers asking if I could show how I use my book every day, and so I have. Admittedly, I film a lot at night, so the lighting is just going to be awful, and I need to figure out in the future, if I do another one of these, to convince myself to film it during the day, because it is late at night, like I'm talking midnight when I'm filming these, and the lighting in my room is just not helping. So when you watch that video, if you do and you find that the lighting's not great, please let me know, and I will attempt to do a different video later down the track, hopefully with some better lighting. It's actually something that I really want to get onto as a whole, is to improve these videos, since I do a lot of them for my book journal. I want them to look as good as possible, so I'm going to be looking into lighting since I don't have the brightest room naturally. So unfortunately, I didn't clean off my stamps from the last month's setup, and the red that I used from last month was still on a lot of the letters. As you can see, this is a blue pen, but it's turning out kind of purpley red. Yeah, that was my mistake, but at least this time around I did not put the D's around the wrong way. I will leave a link in the description for last month's video, along with all the other videos that I've been doing in this book so far this year, in the description, like I said, and you'll get to see, if you haven't watched it already, the D getting around the wrong way. I'm happy that I got it around the right way this time around, but I have learned that I will clean off my stamps before using them again with my Tombow Dual Brush markers. Finally, we're just getting to the end of setting this page up. It is the one that takes probably the longest to set up because it's just so functional, and I have a lot on this page, so there's a lot of sort of jargon that I have to put down, a lot of lettering, numbering, all that kind of stuff. But I really do like this page. I use it the most every month, like I said, aside from the final page in this setup, but it is one that I refer to every day, and it just takes a while to set it up, but I really do enjoy watching it back and seeing how I go about it. Again, I use those same colours that I've been using throughout this setup to colour code for both what I'll be doing in the calendar side of things and also in the days read down below. So 1, 2, 3 plus books or did not read. And if you're new here, I use the calendar for the top half is for marking down what I read each day, and the bottom half is for my social media posts and just keeping a track of what I'm posting. Next page is another page where I put down a lot of book stuff, and that is my TBR, my prompts, my buddy reads, and my ARCs lists. So I try to do 10 TBR books every month. I read about 20 books every month, give or take, and I always choose 6 prompts from the TBR jar to sort of guide my reading experience for each month. This month I actually am very excited for what I've pulled from the TBR jar. One is one that I did last month, and I know that I normally have the rule of putting back if it's something that I've already done, and the idea is that it's sort of changing every month. However, I don't think we're shaking the TBR jar nearly enough, because it seems like at least every second month the same thing comes up twice. So we've definitely gone through, my best friend and I who use it, and taken some of them out. But I'm really excited to get onto that, and the TBR video will be up sometime very soon on the channel. Now, onto the last page of this setup. It has changed. I've been complaining about it for the last couple of months that I really want to try something different for my reading log setup. Because I read so many different books, I didn't want to do something that was more artistically heavy, because I didn't want to use too many pages in this book. But at the same time, I definitely wanted a change. I am a true Gemini. I need change quite often, so I wanted to try something else out, because I had been using the last setup since I started doing a book journal last July. So this is what I've come up with. I'm unsure if it's going to work for me, but it looks fine right now. I have made a section for the title of the book, the author, if it's part of a series. I've put down pages, the date that I read it, the format, and the rating. It's basically the same stuff that I put in the last setups, just in a different way. It's in a table this time around, and I'm hopeful that with putting 20 books into these tables that I only have to use 1 page. So we're at the end now. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching this video. I will have a few more videos up about my bullet journal in the next coming weeks and days, so do look out for them, and if you've enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Bye everyone!